feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your
but
mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just want to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it doing, where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
Peace, and I'm out. What's up, everybody? It is I, Brian Redmond, and this is the Relationship Rehab, and we are trying this again. Last night, I called myself trying to start early. I did a show at 9:30, and YouTube was broke on my ass. It would not work. So I am now on the re-up trying to do the same show that I was going to do last night, doing it tonight. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into my favorite part of the show, and then we're going to talk a little bit, and we're going to get it cracking. Hang on. Where is my... There we go. Let's do it.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
That is it. Okay. All right. So, hold on one second. I want to check this thing here. See. Okay, no, that should be off. And then this should be on. There we go. That should make it sound a little bit better. I hope it do. Okay. All right. So, I want to talk a little bit before I actually start this here show, because tonight I want to talk about constitutional carry, and I want to talk about like why or if we really do need AR-15s. Okay, but first things first. As you all may have known, in down here in lovely Texas, Governor Abbott actually came out with an executive order for the entire state to say essentially ain't no more mask wearing, there's no more mask mandate, no government entities can make you wear masks anymore. So basically he just taking the chains off the mask. So I guess my thing is this, because a lot of people have had mixed feelings about it. There are some people who felt as though we should still be wearing the mask should still be on, and you should keep wearing it, and everybody should be vaccinated. So here's the question. Number one, why should we still wear masks if we have so many people that's vaccinated? Shout out to Derek Johnson. Salute to you, sir. Became a platform supporter. My man, I appreciate you. Hit that join and hit that membership button. That's what's up. Appreciate y'all. So why would we still need to wear masks if so many people have been vaccinated? That's one question. Number two, why do so many people even give a shit if you are vaccinated or not? If I got the shot, why would I care if you get the shot or not? Why would I care? It's just like the flu shot. If I get the flu shot, how many people go around saying, well, I got the flu shot, and if you don't have a flu shot, don't come around me? If you have the flu shot, if you got the COVID shot, why do you give a shit about anybody else who may be around you that has COVID or could potentially have COVID? And I'm asking these questions just because I don't know anybody who can answer, who is pro-mask or pro-shot, who can answer these questions and really be like straight truthful with it. Just being truthful. If I have the shot, why do I care if you have the shot or not? If I have the shot, why do I still need to wear masks? Because y'all do know these motherfuckers is still wearing masks that got the shot. Duh. So I want to ask that question. It's like, that's just like you getting the flu shot, but you don't go outside for flu season. If you got the flu shot, it's the same. If you got the COVID shot, why would you care about wearing a mask anymore? And why would you still be concerned about other people who don't have it? Here's the other thing. When I was flying back into the States, when we was flying back into the United States from Mexico, you had to go through the airport doors like you normally would, and you couldn't check in with your phone like how you normally can. You can just go into your app, check in, your flight and all that stuff, and you're good to go. You get your boarding pass and you have it on your phone.
Flying back into the States, you can't do that. You have to physically go into the airport, and before you get your boarding pass, before you get to check in your luggage, before you get to check in at all, you have to show your negative COVID test. Okay? So that would mean, in theory, once you do that, you then get to check in your bags, you get your boarding pass, and then you go to the TSA checkpoint where you get your bags and stuff searched and you get everything scanned, then you come through. Once you then do that, now you can take your ass all the way around to where the gates are, and then you wait at your appropriate gate. So here's my question with that. If everybody who enters the airport that actually gets past the security checkpoint, if everybody who's checked in, aside from a motherfucker that ain't went to the counter to turn in no bags or to get a boarding pass, once you gotten past that part, why would you still need to wear your mask in an area, because this is where the gates are, where everybody who is over there has passed with or has shown a negative COVID test? Why would you still need to wear your mask? I'm telling you, man, it's like this. The fact that there has been, what is it? What was it? Was it 14 months that we all had to do that shit from March to like now? Yeah. So it's about 14, 15 months. For all of that time that we've done this, it's like now people just want to wear it because it makes them feel good. It's like a security blanket. It's like a comforter. It's a comfort for them. Because number one, they've said this time and time again. This is all I'm talking are just scientific facts. They've said, unless it's an N95 mask, your mask ain't shit. That's number one. Number two, if you have the COVID shot, you got the vaccine, why do you give a shit if you wear a mask or if someone else wears a mask? And part three to that is, my third question is, if you still have had the shot, you ain't had the shot or whatever, and you want to wear a mask, why do you care if I wear a mask or not if you wear one? Let's just say you don't agree with the vaccine and you don't want it, but you just gonna wear your mask and be safe and wash your hands 50 million times a day. You're gonna put on hand sanitizer. You're gonna spray everything down with Lysol every 2 hours in your office or in your job or wherever you go. That's what you're gonna do. If you wearing a mask, why do you care if I wear one or not? All I'm saying is this. At the end of April, I flew. They didn't. Yeah, no. That's in and out of the country. King Cardell. If you're flying, you can fly out of the country and you can fly amongst the United States without a COVID test. Once you fly back into the country. So if I fly to Switzerland or I fly to Mexico and I'm coming back, I gotta have a negative COVID test in order to even get checked into the airport, in order to get a boarding pass to even get on the plane. But I'm just asking the question to say, if you really are that concerned about it, why won't you just do this? Put your mask on and take your shot. And don't worry about what everybody else is doing, because it won't matter. It won't matter. Even if the shot don't work, let's just say the shot don't work, the shot is a bunch of bullshit, it don't work. Fine, you still got your mask on. You still got your mask on. So why would you even care? This is it's so disappointing to just see how much and how fast we will just do what we're told just because that's what we've been told. It's scary. It is fucking scary that people will just put this shit on and wear a fucking muzzle just because somebody told them to. And then will get mad if your ass don't wear the very same muzzle they're wearing. That don't fucking work. It's amazing to me. I don't know, but that's just my thought. It's like there are people who are just like, and I'm one of them people that's like, yeah, fuck these masks, done with that shit. It's over with. Great. But there are some people who really still think we should literally wear masks forever because the numbers are at the lowest they've ever been. So it's not a thing. Oh, it's such a high, everybody was on the high infection rate. Oh, it's just, there's so many that's getting it. So infections are at an all-time low. They have vaccines, so many of them that they can't give them away fast enough. Anybody can go get them a shot right now. You could probably go somewhere and they give you a shot. So it's not a thing to where it's not available. It's not a thing to where you can't get it. Why not get what you feel will make you comfortable and wear what you feel makes you comfortable, and that be enough? Why do you feel the need to tell me what to do, tell me what to wear, tell me what to get? Why do we have this need to where we think that what somebody else who don't live our life, who don't live in our community, who don't go through what we got to go through should be able to tell us what to do? And we embrace it. We want it. Yeah, I want a motherfucker who don't know nothing about me to tell me what the fuck I need and what the fuck I need to do. It makes no sense. Peacemaker said, I don't believe COVID even exists. I believe it exists. But I do know for a fact that it ain't killing people like people said it was. I do believe that it infected certain people and it really it took its toll on people that had high comorbidities. I do believe that. But they're trying to vaccinate kids now when they clearly said that kids aren't transmitting this shit. Why are we vaccinating? Why am I putting my kid through that and giving my kid something that's not even considered an actual vaccine yet? This shit is still a trial, just in case y'all didn't know. But why would I give my kid some shit that I know potentially, number one, they don't really need to fight off because they don't need it to fight off the virus. Number two, they're not, this is science saying they're like the ones that are not transmitting it. They're not getting it. It's not killing them. Why would I feel the need to give them that? Why are they still wearing masks in school? But that's just me and my 2 cents. I mean, I would love to have somebody like really give me some real factual data, some factual information, as opposed to just saying the good old, man, people be dying, bro. Tell that to my grandmama. Tell that to my uncle who died. Well, your uncle had fucking type 2 diabetes. Didn't work out, was not healthy, had fucking emphysema. Yeah, I get it. He should be scared. He should get the shot just to help his odds. But you tell me why we doing it to kids. Young people, people under 18. Why? But that's enough of that. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in with that because, like I said, it's just one of those things where I'm glad that we as a state are moving on and moving past this shit. I really am, and I hope that the rest of the country will fall in line with it. But then again, I understand too, there are so many of us that want to be controlled, that want to be told what to do, and want to be given something to be afraid of. That's why they embrace this shit. It is what it is. That's why you have these people that walk around with fucking Clorox hand wipes and shit, and they wiping down everything they touch. Ain't never did this shit before, but they doing it now, and they walking around wiping everything off and all this shit. It is what it is. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's talk about constitutional carry. And is it good for America? So, for those of you who don't know, there's a bill right now that is in the process, the process of being passed into law here in Texas, to where Texas will become a constitutional carry state, a right to carry state. And basically what that actually means and what constitutional carry means is that you don't need to have a license to carry a gun here in Texas. That's what it would mean. Now, a lot of people, and even myself, I was one of them, before I had actually researched it, I didn't really know what that meant. Because if they're saying, people were saying, and a lot of people in the media that were against it were saying, anybody could just get a gun and they just have guns everywhere and it's going to make things worse. No, that's not how it works. So, to help explain this, this is a police officer from Oklahoma, because Oklahoma is actually a constitutional carry state. And we're going to watch what he has to say first, and then I'm going to chime in.
On November 1, 2019, House Bill 2597, also known as constitutional carry, will go into effect in Oklahoma. The purpose of this public service announcement is to provide you, our citizens, with an overview of this law and how it affects police responses to calls for service involving individuals with firearms. House Bill 2597 creates a statutory right for citizens to carry concealed or unconcealed firearms without a permit. To be qualified to carry a firearm, under this law, the individual must be 21 years of age or older.
So you see, it's not just a thing where people just get to carry the gun. There are still stipulations. There are still other rules and regulations and laws that they have in place for this. It's just that you don't have to pay a fucking fee to get a license to be able to exercise your constitutional right. It's kind of like saying, let's think about it like this. Let's say, for instance, you had to have a license in order to have free speech. In order for you to have free speech, you had to pay for a license. You had to go take a 8-hour class with 8 hours of range time, with 8 hours of speaking time, 8 hours of classroom time, and then you had to pay a fee to get the license to have free speech, and you had to renew it every 5 years, every 3 years, 3 to 5 years you had to renew it. That's essentially what we're talking about with a right that we are given once we are a citizen here, or if we are born here on this land. So what constitutional carry is, it's giving you that same right. The laws as far as background checks are still in existence. In order for you to purchase a firearm, in order for you to you can't be a felon, a convicted felon or anything like that. You can't have whatever that class of misdemeanors is that's damn near a felony. You can't have none of that shit. Can't have no protective orders against you. Can't have no domestic violence issues. Can't have none of that in order to, but you can still, if you do, you can't have any of that. But if you want to just own a firearm, all you have to do is go to the gun store like you normally do, fill out the paperwork, and have a background check done, but you don't have to worry about having a license.
Or between the ages of 18 and 21 if they are a member or honorably discharged veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces, Reserves, or National Guard, and they can possess or purchase firearms under state and federal laws. Persons meeting the qualifications may possess and carry a loaded shotgun, pistol, or rifle openly or concealed in public places, including parking lots, areas around public buildings, and parks.
Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know, and this has been around. That's been a law in a lot of states for quite some time. You can actually have a rifle, have a shotgun, have a rifle, have a shotgun, and be able to walk around with it. I know some of you have probably seen some of those videos where people are walking around with rifles, and what's so embarrassing, what is just so embarrassing is when law enforcement officers don't know the law and they're scared. Oh, well, you're walking around with a rifle. I'm not committing any crime, sir. Well, you can't just walk around like that. People are gonna, sir, this is not illegal. This is not against the law. It's amazing to see officers doing that, and they're not like cognizant of the law at all. They just don't know the law, and that's what they're there to do. That's what their job is, to uphold the law. It's amazing to me when I see that. I get so embarrassed when I see police officers who are challenged by citizens and they don't know the law. They just don't. They sit there, they look stupid. Well, can I ask you some questions? There's no reason for you to conduct any type of investigation, officer. I've not committed a crime. What I'm doing is not illegal. I am definitely, well, you got to admit, walking around with a rifle is quite alarming and could scare some people. That may be true, but it's still not against the law to do it. What are we talking about here? You know, so it's like, that's just one of those things. Like this guy is doing right here in this video. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing illegal about that. Now, it may be alarming to some people. And if somebody sees something like that and they call the police, just call and report what you see. And a dispatcher should be able to tell you, well, ma'am, or well, sir, he or she is not doing anything illegal. They're perfectly legal to do that. They can actually walk around with a rifle or a shotgun. Are they pointing it at anybody? No. Have they shot anybody? No. Have they threatened anybody? No. Then, ma'am, sir, they are well within their rights to be doing what they're doing. I would suggest you to leave the area if you feel uncomfortable, but you should definitely leave them alone. That's it.
Individuals who have been convicted of a felony, assault and battery causing serious physical injury, aggravated assault and battery, domestic assault and battery, stalking, violation of a protective order, and illegal drug use or possession are precluded from carrying a firearm under the provisions of this law.
Now, what some people will say is that, you know, well, if I don't have to have no CPL license, no concealed carry license, I don't have to have none of that, but I still want to go and buy a gun. Well, how do they know it's me? Well, you still have to have ID. You still have to be 21, which means you still have to have some form of ID, state ID, driver's license. Either one of those will do, just to verify who you are, and that who you are is who you're saying you are is who you actually are. That's pretty much what that means. You would say, hey, I need my driver's license to fill out this paperwork and to verify who I am. So I'm not just getting a gun in somebody else's name and nothing. So it ain't like people ain't going to ask to see your ID. You still got to have ID to do this. But the other thing about this too is, with the whole aspect of all of this, criminals still can't get these guns. Now, are there some criminals who will have illegal guns and will carry those guns? Yes. However, you have to realize and acknowledge the fact that criminals carry guns anyway, illegally. You hear that? Let me repeat that one more time. Criminals carry guns illegally anyway. So this is not emboldening. Yeah, there we go. This is not emboldening criminals. I was about to say Christians. This is not emboldening criminals to carry firearms that are illegal, or to carry more illegal firearms, because the criminals who commit crimes with firearms are carrying those guns anyway. We just don't know it. And unless they're actually using that gun, there isn't even a need to actually find out if that person is a criminal or not, because we won't know. There is no way for us to know without violating that person's constitutional rights, unless they've actually committed some type of crime. So this was one of the first things when I first heard about this. I was kind of like questioning that, but then it all clicked and made sense and says, well, they're doing it anyway, so why would it really matter? And it's like, I thought about it and I said, what situation would we say, well, see, this is why you need to have a CPL? And I thought, and I was just like, I can't think of one. Well, there's only one reason that I could think of as to why the CPL made sense. One reason, and it's important. That one reason is the fact that the there's a training class that goes along with it. Firearm safety training class, range safety instructions, all of that kind of stuff comes with that LTC or that CPL license, concealed carry license, CCW, whatever you want to call it. That training, that classroom training, it does matter. It is important. Knowing the proper shooting range, safety precautions and rules and all that good stuff, very, very important. Very important. So I would say this. This was just my thinking of it. I think that most people who are very passionate about firearms, they will take a class anyway. They will have firearm handling knowledge. They would take a safety course. They're more inclined to be safe with that weapon anyway. However, I do believe that there should be some type of mandatory class for any and everybody that they should have to take it. And I would even say it should be something that could be offered in the schools, or it could just be a free class that you can sign up for at, community college or high school or something like that. If you have them all over, if you have them as a free course to take, then I think people would take those classes. They would go and do it. And you don't even have to have a place for them to go take it. Do it online. Do that class online. You have to go and take this class online. Once you take this class, you get a stamp on your license, or you get a special little tick on your license or something, or your state ID that lets you know you've taken this class. Class ain't nothing but, a $25 class or something like that. That's what would happen. That's what I think would happen. My foot is itching. I don't know why. The top of my foot. Dang it. But I would just say that should be something that is important, because there are a lot of people who don't know how to handle firearms and who don't know how to handle themselves on the range. Me and my brother Eric was at the gun range a couple of weeks ago, and we were in our stall. We both had our rifles out. We were sighting our rifles, and I hadn't shot my handgun in a while, so I was doing that, just doing a little shoot. And I was resighting my rifle because I added a magnifier on it. So I had to move my red dot, had to move it up, then I had to get the magnifier in place, and then I had to sight in the rifle again. But with all that to the side, we're in the stall. So he's in the stall and I'm in the stall. And we're sitting there, and we were like in between shooting or whatever. I'm like loading up some stuff, or I'm adjusting my sight or doing something. And I hear the couple in the stall next to me, or actually they were two stalls over. The lady said, "How do you know if your gun is loaded? And how do you know if it jams?" And he heard it too. And we both looked at each other and said, we need to get the fuck off this gun line. Just because it's one of those things, you don't even know how to handle this gun, and you talking about how do you know it's loaded? Are you serious? And the RSO, the range safety officer, he's looking at them, and we looked at him like, man, you need to get over there. And he went over there to help him, whatever, and explain some stuff to it. But I'm just like, that's a prime reason why you got somebody who's at the range with other people, and they have they're using a deadly weapon, and they don't even know how to check to see if that gun is loaded. That is a problem. So that's why I'm all in favor of there being some type of mandatory basic firearm safety class that everybody should have to take, and you can all do it online. You can take it online. Once you take it online, you good, but you should have to do it. I'm just saying. I think that there should be something, but
Illegal aliens are prohibited from possessing a firearm, being in immediate control of a firearm, operating a vehicle containing a firearm, or residing in a residence containing a firearm. It is still illegal to carry or bring weapons into public.
Now, y'all do remember what I said about illegal aliens. I mean, not illegal aliens, but foreigners. I believe, and I would think it's fair that any foreigner that comes to this country cannot own a firearm for either 5 or 7 years after they become a citizen. I truly believe that. You come over to this country, you over here on a visa, I get it. But once you become an actual citizen, you should have to wait 5 or 7 years before you can actually get a firearm. That's exactly what I believe. I believe that is very, because it's like, well, people, that's not fair, and that's not it. No. You don't know who's in our country because of these borders, because of these lax borders, all these new immigrant policies all that shit considered, and even what's happened over in other countries where you've had an influx of certain foreigners into that country, and what happened? Crime skyrockets. It skyrockets. So it's like, I believe that should be our policy here. Yep, as long as you're on a work visa, no gun for you. Once you actually become a U.S. citizen and you get your papers, now you got a 5-year wait, then you can own a gun. That's just me.
Buildings, schools, school sporting events, sports arenas during professional sports, and places where there is gambling. A property owner, tenant, employer, place of worship, or business entity that is open to the public may prohibit any person from carrying a concealed or unconcealed firearm on the.
So you see, there's no change here either. They can still prohibit you coming into their restaurant with a gun. Still the same. Still got to have ID. You still can't be an illegal alien and get a gun. You just can't.
Property by posting.
So my man Troy Sherman said, how can an officer know if your firearm is legal? The same way he only knows if he has stopped you and he's ran your name. That's a good question, Troy. But think about it. Ooh, excuse me. Think about it. You carrying a gun right now, there is no way an officer knows if the gun I'm carrying is legal or not. Unless I have an interaction with that police officer, unless I actually have committed a crime or I've done something to where that police officer is going to run my information, because of a traffic violation or something like that, that is the only way that they can actually know. So it's like, to me, it makes the playing field level. Because it's like, I can't assume just because you got your pants sagging, just because you got your hat cocked to the side, that you have an illegal gun. I can't do it. So it's like, it makes sense if you go ahead and have this law in place to say, well, hey, unless this person is doing something with that gun, he got every right to have it. And hey, please click the like button. For those of you who have just joined, coming in here, please do so. I appreciate it. Let me see who's over here on the United Guns of America. I got let's see. I got Angry Man. What's happening, Captain? I got Nature Boy Alfie. And yep, and I got them two over there. I got 2 people in the VIP. That's what's up. That's at least commenting. But let's go ahead and let's finish this up.
Signs on the property. If you call the police because you see a person carrying a rifle, shotgun, or pistol, concealed or unconcealed, in a public place, the dispatcher will likely ask if the person is on prohibited property, such as a business with signage, school, or public building. If the person is not on prohibited property, the dispatcher will ask if the person is recklessly handling the firearm or displaying the rifle or pistol or shotgun in a threatening manner. Absent any of these factors, the police are prohibited from making a non-consensual contact with the person,
what's up, buddy?
and it is unlikely an officer will be dispatched. It is anticipated there will be calls to the police as citizens adjust to the changes in the law. Our dispatchers and officers will work with the public to help educate them on the new gun laws, and we will respond officers to these calls when appropriate. Also remember, that as more people begin to carry and transport firearms in their vehicle, it is imperative that firearm owners practice responsible habits and secure their firearms properly. Firearm theft from vehicles is on the rise, and the majority of these thefts involved an unsecured firearm in an unlocked vehicle.
Now, here's my thing with that. I think that if you have a firearm, putting your firearm or as using your glove box as a storage space for your firearm, it's not a good thing, because if somebody breaks into your car, that's the first place they're going to, well, it's probably the second place they're going to look. First place is usually always in the armrest. Second place is probably going to be that glove box. And you can pry a glove box open with a screwdriver extremely easy. I mean, just like that. You take that, boom, it's coming open. It's like even though glove boxes have little locks on them or whatever, it's just not a very secure locking system. So it's going to give the first time you apply a little pressure to it. So if you're going to store your firearm in the car, whether because of your job or whether because you're going in and drink or something, invest in one of those steel safes, them little safes that you put in your car. All you get the safe, you get the little, it's like a little steel gauge cable that you wrap around like the frame of your car, not car seat, but the frame of the seat, where the brackets are, the two brackets that the seat usually sits on. You wrap it around there and have the box, and it loops through the box, and then you keep your firearm under the seat or in the trunk or something like that. But that way that if somebody does actually manage to get in your vehicle, they're still going to have a hard time trying to find the gun because it may be under the seat or maybe in the trunk. And then they still got to open that up. They got to try to yank it out, or they got to try to open it up one way or the other, which is going to be very difficult, and which is going to have them say, you know what, let me just forget this. What's up, Anthony? So that's pretty much that video. I did want to, did I do that already? Yes, I did. The other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick, as far as, because we talked about the criminals and that they're going to carry a gun anyway, whether it's legal or illegal. The thing is, as long as they're not breaking the law, a police officer is not going to know what that person's, if that person is a criminal or not anyway. So it really doesn't matter. The other thing is there's still going to be a background check with purchasing a firearm, just like there is right now today. That same background check that you have to go through when you go and buy a gun is the same one that's going to happen, that you're going to go through when you come to Texas, and it's concealed carry. I mean, it's a right to carry state, and there is no there is no LTC anymore. So the other thing is, if it's a simple philosophy, and I saw this somewhere on the internet, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like, basically, if you can own it, you should be able to carry it, and you shouldn't have to have a license to do so, because this is your God-given right. This is your right that is given to you as a citizen of the United States of America. So I was kind of on the fence about it. I was kind of like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. But like I said, the only one negative thing that I can see about it, and something that can be fixed very easily, is that there should be a mandatory online firearm safety and range safety class that you have to take. Once you take that, you good to go. You get a little mark on your license or whatever, and that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and do what you're going to do. The other thing I think that this is going to do, I think it's a good move, because, and I like the fact that the entire state is with this. Doing this whole constitutional carry thing, it is empowering our citizens. It is empowering each other to get into having a bigger and better gun culture. That's one of the biggest things that I like about it. It's like the courses are at an all-time high. Everybody's signing up. They can't keep them in there. You ain't gonna find too many empty courses. It's like they're always filled up. They're always filled to capacity. I went and actually took my my range course today and went and did my shooting, and it's like the class was packed. It was a full class. No extra room. Everybody showed up. Everybody, did what they needed to do, and we went through the class. But it's like it's such a good thing to see this growing, because the more people that are involved in it, the more people that will be watching out to make sure we're preserving our right to carry in our state, and we should be doing the same thing in our country. So that's pretty much all that I have on that. If anybody got any questions about constitutional carry, please hit me up live in the chat, or you can go ahead and hit the comment section, and you can do that. And I'm gonna next move into my second question, which is, why do we need AR-15s? Now, this has been a conversation that's been had time and time again in the political arenas about you don't need AR-15s. Buy shotguns, what old Shotgun Joe says. You don't have to have all those war type weapons. You don't have to have weapons of war. You don't have to be walking around with AR-15s. You don't need that. That's military grade, military style weapons. They don't have a place here in our community, and they're not doing anything but hurting and killing our black children. First and foremost, that's not true. There are only about 300 rifle / shotgun deaths a year. So it's the lowest. It's definitely way lower than handguns. Handguns are the number one firearm that's killing people. That's being used to kill people, so on and so forth. But here's the other thing. They always tell us that we don't need it. They always tell us that we can get a shotgun, or we don't have to have a 30-round magazine. That's Joe Biden's latest one. Joe Biden's latest one is get a shotgun, and you don't need to have 30 rounds in a magazine. Well, I beg to differ. And here's why. Here is why I beg to differ. Watch this.
All right, now to that wild story out of Houston where a tiger was spotted walking around a neighborhood. And take a look at the video. This was shot by a neighbor. You can see the tiger walking across the street, a man pointing a gun at it. According to local media reports, that is a sheriff's deputy who arrived at the scene after being alerted by nearby residents. Moments later, according to reports, a man who appeared to be familiar with the tiger came out of the house and led the animal back to his home. No one was hurt. It's unclear this morning if the tiger's owner faces any charges.
Who knew
That's a pet. That is a pet?
You can have a pet tiger?
I like how we said familiar with the tiger.
Familiar
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Wow.
Now,
hey, thanks for watching
if
our YouTube
I don't
channel.
know of
Find
any
your
other
favorite.
reason, oh, shut your ass up, Al Roker. If I can't think of any other reason why we should have AR-15s, that should be one. Because a goddamn tiger could be loose in your neighborhood. And that ain't the fucking hood. Because if that was the hood, if that was the hunted, motherfuckers would have been eating barbecue tiger sandwiches. Because that motherfucker would have been dead on the grill long time ago. But you have a tiger in a suburban neighborhood. A Bengal fucking tiger, the largest cat in the animal kingdom, is just walking around in your neighborhood. I get it. Shit happens. You never know how somebody's living their life. You never know what's going on in someone's home. I understand that. But if I walk outside of my house in broad daylight, getting ready to go to the Piggly Wiggly or the Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, or I'm going to HEB, whatever the case may be, when I'm leaving out the door, the last, and I mean the last motherfucking thing I want to see is a fucking Bengal tiger loose than a motherfucker. Yes, where the fuck is Joe Exotic when you need him? That's the last goddamn thing. Imagine you coming outside and that's what you see. You getting your shit together. Oh, where my keys at? Grab my keys. Yep, I got my keys. Okay, now let me go ahead and get my Get my hat on. Yep, got my jacket. Yep, okay. All right, baby, I'll see you later. You have a good time. I'll be back soon. I'm going to run to the store, then I'll be back. You go close the door behind yourself. You can't take your key out. You lock it. Turn around, walk into your kind of driveway. You see goddamn Tony the Tiger walking up in the yard saying, what the fuck is up, nigga? You gonna look and you gonna see a goddamn tiger, and the first thing that's gonna come to your mind is gonna be, what? That's gonna be the first thing in your mind. A fucking tiger? A tiger. That's what hey man, what you doing? Man, nigga, it's a tiger outside. And your friend gonna be on the phone with you. You gonna be like, a tiger? Yeah, a tiger. He gonna be like, what? If you don't get your black ass out of that motherfucking neighborhood, if you don't get your black ass up out of that motherfucking neighborhood, if you don't get your black ass up out of that motherfucking neighborhood, that tiger gonna kill your ass. What kind of shit is that? Now, my next question is gonna be this. To all of my people who live out in the suburbs, live in the hood, whatever the case may be, if in the event you yourself were to come across a Bengal tiger in your neighborhood, in your driveway, in your front yard, in your backyard, in the alley, I don't give a shit. You walking outside on your own property and you see a Bengal tiger. You tell me, which one of these guns would you rather have? Would you rather have gun A? You get to choose. Or would you rather have gun B? You tell me, which one? Which one you want? You want this motherfucker or you want this motherfucker? Which one of these do you think got tiger stopping power? Yeah, go ahead and think about it, Sylvester. Which one of these got tiger stopping power? That's you don't. Oh, I see you, Nelly Mac. He said you want to send me. Okay, you know what? I can't wait till I get to do this. Do you want this? You want one of these? Here's my. Oh shit! God damn it! What? All I'm saying is this. I want the motherfucker that has tiger stopping power. That's what I want. My goddamn phone over. I want the one that got tiger stopping power. And I believe I ain't the smartest man, but I do know a thing or two about a thing or two. And shooting a goddamn tiger with buckshot, that ain't gonna cut it. Shooting a motherfucking tiger with 9mm rounds, that ain't gonna cut it. Shooting a tiger with this 223 or this 5.56, oh yeah, you in the game then. Because here's the thing. You also have 30 rounds to put this motherfucker down. Yes. This is why you need to have or need to be able to have a rifle. This is why the AR-15, regardless of what the hell you want to call it, a weapon of war, you want to call it an assault weapon, whatever the hell you want to call it, I could give a shit. All I'm saying is it stops big ass fucking targets and it stops multiple targets. That's what you want to have. If I got a call, if I'm taking the garbage outside, I'm taking the garbage out at night, and I gotta get it in with a fucking tiger, I want to go and get my rifle. I don't want to go get no handgun and hope for the best. You motherfuckers that got them fucking revolvers. I got this 38 special. I got this 380. All right, motherfucker. I want to be able to put a motherfucker down. That's just like, do y'all remember when I first started doing YouTube, and it was I was on a panel. Was that my show? Or was it? No, it was DJ Just Jay. We was on the You Dig, and we had a panel going, and there was this Haitian lady named Remy Ma with the Porsche. That was her name. So you ask anybody about me, my name Remy Ma with the Porsche. Everybody know me. She was from Haitian royalty. That bitch told me she was gonna send 100 Haitians to my front door. Now I laughed and giggled my motherfucking head off for a couple of reasons. Number one, I knew the bitch wasn't gonna do it. Number two, I had just bought my AR-15 that you see right there. And not even a week had gone by that I had this wonderful piece of equipment here. You know what this is? This is a D60 by Magpul. This here is a 60 round magazine. Now, let's just say if Remy Ma with the Porsche was actually gonna make good on her threat, and she literally sent 100 Haitians to my front door, it probably would have looked like a ghetto version of the ending scene of Scarface, but nevertheless, it would have been Haitian niggas crawling all over the place. I tell you what, if I was in that situation, I would rather have that AR-15 with a 60 round magazine in it than to have just my handgun or my good old trusty, dusty, Joe Biden certified shotgun. I just would. I'm telling you, I would be so much more comfortable because I know I got 60 shots before I have to reload. I use one of those in one of my magazines. I done took out 90 Haitians that's coming through my front door. That means it's only 10 niggas left. Hey man, I have mitigated those odds tremendously. I'm winning. Now I'm just hoping that the Haitian that's carrying the double barrel shotgun, it got wet on its way over here getting off that boat, and the rounds are soaked and it ain't gonna fire anyway, so I'll be able to turn around and kick his ass or use my handgun on him. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. But yes, tigers in the neighborhood. Let's actually see the rest of this story that they're gonna tell you about this tiger and its owner.
It's a feel-good story. I think people get tired of turning on the news every night and it's all doom and gloom. So, and if this thing turned out really well.
It's a story that captivated the world with all its twists and turns, but the hunt is now over. That tiger that went missing in Houston for nearly a week, roaming neighborhoods and frightening locals.
Who has a tiger?
And is headed to a new home.
But we got him, and he's healthy.
The Bengal tiger known as India was located this weekend in the custody of this woman, who's married to this man, a murder suspect who had allegedly kept the big cat as a pet. Victor Cuevos seen holding, kissing, and cuddling the animal in these pictures.
In no way, shape, or form.
Let me tell y'all something. I seen Joe Exotic. I did. I saw it. And I'm going to tell you like this. I understand that man and his plight. I understand, you know, what he went through and what happened to him and all that kind of stuff. And yes, that white lady killed her husband and fed him to her tigers. But all that aside, I have never, and I could never see myself not only owning a tiger, maybe petting the tiger. Hey, how you doing there, kitty? Pet the tiger, but actually owning a tiger and living with that tiger, kissing the tiger in the mouth, letting the tiger lick me all in the face. Tiger get up to 300-400 pounds. How much do a tiger weigh? About a half a ton or some shit like that? At least the tiger gotta get up to about 800 pounds. Easy. But I just don't see myself ever being in a situation where I'm gonna be living with a tiger. I'm just not doing that. I have no desire to live with a tiger. But nevertheless, to each his own.
Should you have an animal like that in your household? That animal is only 9 months old. It already weighs 175 pounds. It still had its claws, and it could do a lot of damage if you decided to.
India first made headlines when Houston police were called by neighbors last Sunday.
Look at these crazy. Look at them. Tell me that tiger ain't ready. Tell me that tiger ain't like, yeah, boy, I wish this gate was open. I'd bite your ass right now, motherfucker. I bite the shit out your ass.
Vos reportedly put the big cat in his car and fled the scene. For that, he was charged with evading police, breaching a condition of his bail for a murder case from 2017. It's not clear who kept India after that, but the mystery ended when he was handed over to authorities by Gia Cuevas.
The wife of Victor Cuevas received a phone call from the individual that had India, some discussions.
I don't know what a Ruger P89 is, sir. I'm sorry.
Surrendered in a anonymous type of way, and that did in fact occur.
India has been taken to a wildlife sanctuary in North Texas, where he will live out the rest of his life alongside other tigers, no longer restricted to the confines of four walls.
He will be introduced into a half-acre, naturally wooded habitat with a pool, trees, platform, and a proper nutritious diet.
Karen Ciolin, City News.
So these people have just insisted on taking care of this tiger. Here's my thing. I get it, the tiger's young. I get it, the tiger's just, what niggas love to say, oh, he's still just a puppy. I get it. The tiger is still just a kitty cat. But the thing is, that motherfucker is going to grow exponentially. He's going to grow up to be a big-ass fucking Bengal tiger. And India is going to fuck around and tear somebody up. I'm just saying. And it might fuck around and be the owner. We've seen it time and time again. Ask Siegfried and Roy if you should be keeping a tiger as a fucking pet. Just ask them. Shit is crazy. Calvin Dickinson said, Brian, I had this argument with my neighbor. I said, law-abiding citizens should be able to buy AR-15. He said, there's no reason to have this guy. I said, why? He couldn't give me a real answer. Here's my thing. Here's what I always tell. Here's a good argument to have with, or a good point to make with people who are arguing, saying you don't need it. You don't need 30 rounds, and you don't need to have an army-style weapon. I don't need to have a Bugatti. I don't need to have a Lamborghini. I don't need to have a Ferrari. I don't need to have a Porsche. I don't need to have a Cadillac. I don't need to have an expensive luxury car like a Rolls Royce, like a Bentley, 8 Series Beamer, Audi 8. I don't need to have any of those. I don't need to have red bottoms. I don't need to have Jordans. I don't need to have expensive shoes, clothes, cars, whatever the case may be. I don't need to have 10 pairs of shoes. I don't need to have 100 pairs of shoes. I don't need to have 15 to 20 bags. I don't need to have 30 bags, 30 purses. I just don't. However, I can not only have all of those things, but I can have as many of those things as I choose. Yes or no? Yes. Here's my question. Why do you feel as though you get to decide if I get to have a rifle and how many bullets I get to carry in that rifle, when me owning a rifle, it is not a privilege, but it is a right? To own a car, to have a license to drive, is a privilege. Driving and having a driver's license is not a right. To fly on a plane is a privilege. It is not a right. The difference between privileges and rights, privileges can be revoked. Rights are God-given and cannot be taken away or violated against. That's the difference. That is the point that you make. That is the argument that you have with someone to explain to them. Now, until they can get around that and change that, they got something. If not, they're full of shit if they don't answer those things. Or if they just try to gloss over them and say, yeah, you're right. I get that. But why 30 rounds? Because I can. Because they make it. It's available. I can buy it. I can even build it. That's the difference, and that's the argument. We're talking about a right that you're trying to tell me what I can and can't have and how I can and can't use it. Makes no sense. Me having 2 AR-15s or me having 20 AR-15s has no effect on your life in a physical form whatsoever. Why can't I have it? And the fact that you feel like I shouldn't have it is not even close to being good enough. Not even close. So those are my points. I just wanted to point out that tiger shit because that was some wild ass shit. I could not believe the fact that they had a tiger loose in the neighborhood. And I'm telling you, even though dude, he was courageous and stood up to that motherfucker, standing up to a wild ass animal like that with a goddamn handgun, it's not a good thing, people. Unless you got like a 10 millimeter Glock or something like that, you might be able to do some damage with that. But standing up there thinking you and your trusty 4.5 gonna take out a fucking tiger or a lion or a bear, man, you gonna get your ass fucked up. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. So with that being said, I didn't want to have a long show. I just wanted to do something real quick because I was so disappointed that I couldn't do the show last night. So I'm going to go ahead and get you on up out of here. We are just at an hour. So I want to give a shout out to my man, Illa Dre, for hitting your boy off with $2. Thank you so much. And also to my man, Billy Gold. Hit your boy, he said, for the Tiger Relief Fund. My man hit me up with $5. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please click the like button. Please click the share button. I was glad that I was actually able to get this show done tonight. I just wanted to go through this and give some people some insight on constitutional carry, what it's like to be in a right to carry state. It's in the process of happening here. I'm still getting my LTC just because I don't know how long it's going to take before it actually becomes a law. And I just want to have my credentials right. I have reciprocity because I got my credentials from Michigan, which has reciprocity here in Texas. But I wanted to go ahead and get it straightened out and get it done, get it over with so that I got my LTC for future purposes or whatever. So hopefully they pass the law very soon. Hopefully they can get it going and people won't have to keep paying that money to actually get or to actually exercise their right. I really think that this should be a federal thing that should cover every state across the board. Just like my driver's license is good in Chicago and the Chicago driver's license is good in Texas, it should be the same way for any and everything, especially something that is rooted from the Constitution. That's all I'm saying. So I want to give thanks to everybody who supported the show tonight. I want to say thank you to, let's see, make sure I got everybody. Yeah, I did. I'm going to check the PayPal. Then we're going to get on up out of here. This was a good show. It was informative, and it's about an hour, so I'm happy about that. Shout out to Kenyatta Minifield. Hit me up with $20. That's what's up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. That's what's up. Yeah, I think that was it. Yep, there was nobody else. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I would ask you guys to please, like I said, click the subscribe button. If you are watching this on the replay, you can still donate and you can share this out. If you got any questions, please put it in the comments section about this. If you got any other questions in the chat before I get out of here in the next couple of minutes, you can go ahead and do that, and I'll try to answer them. But other than that, I think that everybody should be talking to their local politicians and to their state and their state politicians to get that passed in their state. Reciprocity, constitutional carry across the land would be amazing. It really would be. So thank you guys. I love y'all. Have a good night. He said Ruger P89 is a solid choice. You bought one yourself. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Ruger 89, man. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm really not a big Ruger fan because Ruger makes a decent gun, but because of the trigger pull, it's so different than my other guns, like my Berettas and my Glocks. That trigger pull on that Ruger is way different. So that's why I'm kind of like not a fan of it. It seems like it's a longer one. It's just weird. And the reset is different. So compared to my other guns, like me transitioning with my my Beretta, transitioning to my Glock, not a problem. Not a problem at all. I learned how to shoot with the Beretta. So I'm used to everything that the Beretta has, the decocker and all that kind of stuff. I love the way the PX4 Storm feels in my hand. It's great, but that's just one of the things that I'm used to. But that LC9, I think that was the Ruger, and the it was the LC9. I think it was the SR or something. SR or something. I think that was the name of it. But it's like shooting those two guns. They shot fine, but the trigger pull was so different that I noticed it, and I was like, nah, I don't want to adjust like that. So it is what it is. But if you guys got any other questions or anything, let me know. Troy Sherman says, I have a misdemeanor Class B assault on a family member. Will I still be able to carry legally? Never got a definitive answer. You should actually contact, maybe even contact a lawyer, because it may be something that, because it's a Class B, you may be able to get it taken off your record. If you get it taken off your record, or what they call expunged, then you should be able to apply and you should be able to get a firearm. But I'm not sure with that, whatchamacallit, with that misdemeanor. So yeah, I would definitely check with an attorney, man. Check with an attorney. I'm sure you know somebody who knows somebody. Check with an attorney to find out. That you could probably even do that just with a phone conversation. So Sean says, I plan on getting a Glock 19 as well. Glock 19 is one of the most popular, one of the most well-made firearms in this country. I can't deny it. Just like the Glock 17. I love my G17. I just do. I love the way it shoots, the way it feels good, all that good stuff. So, great guns. But other than that, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Y'all have an amazing night. Thank you, everybody, who joined the show again and gave it another chance for me to get through it. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Till next time, from me and my man Destro. I love this shirt, y'all. When I saw this shirt, I was like, hoo-hoo. Destro looking like a G on this motherfucker, boy. Yeah, boy. But I do just want to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Yep, he said I need a Glock 23. Yeah, Glock 23 is nice too. Yep. Y'all have a good night, man. I love y'all. Peace. And I'm out. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and let's do this.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I
go
need
ahead,
you
Crestline,
to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
All right, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes, Crestline. Since you are a member, you paying your membership, I'm going to go ahead and play this one song, and you can type your question in, and I'll see if I can help you before the show is over.
Yeah. I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers. I want you to get your mouse. I want you to check me out. And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship we have. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Hit subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Brian Redman.
Come on,
and,
Crestline.
I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm going to talk about some things. You can talk about some things. And we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me. And we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it.
I don't know why it wouldn't come through.
Like, share, subscribe.
Sorry if the question didn't pop up.
Click the link.
Yeah, I'll make you a moderator. Try to type it again.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
If someone had a mental disorder but wanted to protect themselves, would they be able to get a firearm? No, they would not, sir.
I love y'all.
Great question, though,
That's
actually.
Why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all.
They would not. They better find somebody who ain't crazy, who can actually help protect them.
Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think in the comment section.
It's all good, man. I'm glad I was able to answer the question.
That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it doing, where it can go.
United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.